Welcome to Mr. Lang's classroom. PJHS has lots of online resources. The school webpage has all of the teachers' email addresses and web links, as well as the school calendar and a link to student grades. I have lots of online resources as well. My webpage has the year-long information, like class rules, descriptions on how I grade papers, copies of most of the handouts, and other class information. I also have a blog for occasional updates, larger blocks of text, like descriptions of labs and other big projects. I also have a shared Google Doc, which will be updated each AB rotation with information on what was done in class, vocabulary that was covered, homework that was assigned, and links to any online resources used that day. Of course, the webpage, blog, and Google Doc are all linked together. The district is using ARIES, an online database program to keep track of everything. Since parents need to make an account using their email address to register students, I hope this sounds familiar. Students will make their own accounts. Do not share your login information with your child. Parent accounts have options that students do not, like editing your home address and phone number. The most important aspect of ARIES Parent Portal is the ability to see your students' grades in real time. As soon as a teacher enters grades into their gradebook, you will see it update. Of course, you still need to wait for the teacher to have a chance to grade the paper, but once they are entered, they're visible. Your home screen will show all the gradebooks that your child has entered in. Each is a link that will take you to the details of that grade. It will show what each assignment is worth, what your student received on it, the overall grades, and also a breakdown of each type of assignment. My categories include homework, classwork, labs, tests, and participation. This lets you see what they are doing well on and areas they can improve in. This year, each student will receive an iPad. Students need to charge them each night. This is a new tool that we are using where it is appropriate. On the downside, there is no keyboard. On the upside, it doesn't need the internet to work like the Chromebooks. On the downside, there is limited printing on campus, so if the student needs to print something, they need to make sure they leave plenty of time to get to the library. Each student has received a spiral notebook. It will be used for all class notes and homework notes. It should come to class every day. I will stamp homework assignments in their notebooks so you can see that they got credit for their work. I strongly recommend that you look at this notebook every once in a while and ask them questions about what they have in there. Since assignments build on each other, it is very important to keep up. Homework gets you ready for classwork, the classwork gets you ready for labs, and everything gets you ready for the tests at the end of the unit. If you miss a piece, it will impact everything that follows. Since staying on top of things is important, late work is worth half credit if turned in the next class. After that, credit drops to even less. I give lots of notice on due dates, so there's no excuse for late work. Students should do their homework the day it is assigned, so if they have a question, they can ask me about it before it is due. If a student is absent, they should check all the online resources, talk to friends, and do everything they can do before they come and ask me about it. If they miss a lab, they need to schedule a makeup ASAP. Since labs take equipment and the next lab uses different equipment, if you wait too long to try to make up a lab, the equipment will be put away and it'll be too late. Makeups always start right at the beginning of lunch. Students should expect to do a little homework every day, at least 15 minutes a night. If they do not have a written assignment like taking notes from the text, finishing classwork, or working on a lab, they should be studying. We will make vocab flashcards as homework assignments, and they don't do any good if the student doesn't use them. Going through them during the commercials of an hour-long TV show works pretty well. A little each night is better than trying to cram the night before a test. Labs are a big part of the grade. They take a lot of time, they're a lot of work, and they're worth a lot of points. There will be long descriptions as to what I expect from them posted on the blog, so keep your eyes open. I strongly recommend that when you see a lab being done in class, you ask to see it. Have your child explain to you what they're doing. If you need to ask them any questions about it, that means they probably need to work on it some more. We are transitioning to next generation science standards, and some of my labs will be undergoing some changes, so please be patient as we work through this new material. I would like to point out that there is a whiteboard by the door that lists what students should have out when the bell rings, what the homework is for the week. This is always posted to that shared Google Doc. Above my desk, please notice that there is a list of vocabulary words posted. Each week, I post new words that will be made into flashcards. Students should use their notes as their first resource, then the text if needed. Students should not use online resources or a dictionary, as it's way too easy to get the incorrect non-science definition of the word. We always go over them in class before they're due, and they're always due the beginning of the next week. This is also posted on the shared Google Doc. There's also a list of the current work that is in your student's binder. This is a checklist. Assignments should be kept in this order. This makes it very easy for the students and parents to see if their student has anything missing. I usually collect these at the end of the unit in one big packet. This is also posted to the shared Google Doc.